Hi everyone, Andrew Chubb here from Awalé Resources, TSX-V listed with the ticker ARIC, and today I'm coming to you to talk about Charger. We just had a lovely news release with some fantastic drill results, and without further ado, let's get on and have a look at those results and what they mean. A quick where we are. We're in the northwest of Côte d'Ivoire, where Awalé has just under 2,500 square kilometres of exploration tenure. We have Newmont earning in on roughly 1/3 of that, and today's news release is from Charger, which is within that joint venture. And on the right hand side here is a zoom in on that ODNE East permit, and you can see Charger down in the south of the permit area there. So next slide, we're going into the drill plan view of that Charger target on that ODNE East permit, and you can see Charger down in the south of the permit area there. So next slide, we're going into the drill plan view of that Charger target. We've now drilled multiple holes at Charger. It's taken, it's been quite an effort to unravel the geometry of Charger, which we've talked about plenty of times in the past. But really, it's a northeast structurally controlled breccia system within one target zone up here, a DMAG zone. I'll come back and talk about that at the end of this. But we have delineated roughly a 200-meter zone of alteration and mineralization there, and we're now chasing this mineralization down dip and plunge. It's a steeply dipping and plunging breccia body. And the 4 holes that we're reporting today are these 4 here, which are quite large step backs from the previous drilling. And the headline, 52 meters at 16.4 grams gold from 256 meters downhole, and that included 11 meters at 70.3 grams gold. So absolutely spectacular hits again from Charger. It continues to deliver, and these are significant because they represent about 70 to 80 meter step back from our previous results, where we drilled OEDD 83, OEDD 100, and OEDD 88. So 83 and 88 return results of 57 meters at 26 grams per ton and 30 meters at 20 grams per ton. So we're reproducing those results, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when I come to a long section in the next slide. But all 4 of these holes have delivered significant intercepts, and some slightly lower on the margins of the breccia body, but the others within it, 33 meters at 5.2, including 16 at 6.8, and 10 meters at 12, including 7 meters at 16.7, are all nice results or very high grade results from depths where we're starting to really consider underground mining at Charger. So the next slide is looking at a long section through Charger. So it's cut LL, and we're looking towards the north west at this section. So this is an important or easy way to explain what we're seeing at Charger. So I talked about our early results up here, OEDD 83, 120, 88 sits in here as well. And these are super high grade hits, and we talked about a potential fold control on this mineralization and repetition of that folding as we go down. So within those folds we see a thickening of the breccia, and we've effectively hit the same thing with this 70 to 80 meter step down. So this is the original area, and now we've stepped down here roughly 80 meters, and we've re-hit these broad intervals of breccia within these holes again, which is really quite exciting for us. And so now, based on these results, we planned up some bigger step outs now with 2 holes planned at 400 meters below surface, which are close to 150 meter step out, and then we have another quite deep hole. I guess this is a higher risk hole, but we're just stepping back to really see if we can still see the breccia system at depth, and that third hole will be 600 meters below surface. So we've just started that drilling. We're currently drilling the first of the holes at 400 meters below surface, and then we'll step back and drill that one at 600 meters below surface. So really exciting stuff for us as we see Charger grow, down dip and down plunge, and really nice to continue to see those super high grades, which gives you absolute comfort that we can carry some kind of underground mining at Charger in the future. I've just put in a couple of core photos, a couple of core trays from that 11 meters at 70 grams per ton. I mean, there is, so what we can see here is that this is within a very quartz-rich breccia, where it's actually transitioning from the quartz-rich breccia into a, you see the green we see in here is actinolite, but really, some continuous high grades at above 5 grams per ton, and a couple of spectacular hits in there at over 100 and up to 280 grams per ton, but really consistent, very high grade results through that interval. And you can also see, some of you may have noted that there is copper reported in this interval, and most of that copper is actually reporting from this 10 centimeter cluster of massive sulfide veining within the breccia. So it's not, the rest of it is the usual disseminated 0 to 5%. Disseminated sulfides. Just coming back to sum everything up, and what we've noted in our core is that when we hit the breccia body, there's a demagnetization. So outside the breccia body, we get a lot of magnetite. The rocks are quite magnetic, and when we start to come into the breccia zone, there is a sharp cutoff into very low mag. And what we can see in the aerial mag and the ground mag that we have actually done at Charger is it's almost like a honeycomb with these DMAG cells, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 other DMAG cells that are associated with this this late intrusion that hosts the mineralization. And so these are blue sky upside targets that we haven't tested yet, and we'll be looking to test once the wet season is over in the second half of this year. So they're actually it's quite exciting for us. And you will see that there are drill holes that are coming down out here, but these drill holes are deeper holes trying to target and understand the breccia system in cell number 1 up here. So these other ones we have not been tested at this stage, and they will start to come into play with further exploration in the second half of this year. So there we go. That's it for Charger. Really, really happy to see those spectacular intercepts, particularly from drill hole number 148 with 11 meters at 70 grams per ton within 52 meters at 16.4 grams per ton, and the other holes still, high grade and underground kind of grades with 33 meters at 5. Including 16 meters at 6.8 and 10 meters at 12, including 7 meters at 6.7. They really are spectacular grades, and we're excited to be drilling some. Currently we've got a small extension to our budget for this quarter, so we can drill those deeper holes at Charger. So, and the other thing is we have more results to come. We have results from BBM satellite drilling to come through, as well as the discovery drilling that we completed at Lando. So over the next month, we'll, from July into August, we'll see those results coming through for the company as well. And then beyond that, we'll have the 3 deeper holes that we're drilling at Charger now, as well as we're going to drill 2 deeper holes at BBM. And we've also just completed some RC drilling at the Fremen target in the 100% Awalé properties. So, there is just going to be continuous news flow from Awalé throughout the summer, and beyond that, we'll be ramping up for a new field season in September, October. So exciting things to come for Awalé, and we encourage you to keep watching this space and hopefully buy Awalé shares.